to Tutoring with Abdul. It's part 2 of the decimals. In this video lecture, we'll be talking about how to multiply the decimals and how to divide decimals by decimals or non-decimals number. We will try to cover in this lecture the difficult situation, which will be decimals by, if it is multiplication, decimals by multiply by decimals. If it is division, decimals divide by decimals. If we learn this one, if we learn the difficult part of it, then it will be easy if we divide the decimals by a non-decimal number. So let's start it. Hang around here, guys. Multiplication of decimals. Multiplication of decimal is the same way as we would do multiplication on the whole numbers. The difference here is that we still have to count the decimal points in both multiplicand and multiplier, and then in our final product. So how we can do it, for example, we have when we multiply, I will come to this example. So we multiply each number by each, and then the final product, whatever we have, we'll count these decimal points. We have 1, 2 here and 3 here, so it'll be altogether 5 decimal points to the right side. So our final answer should have altogether 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We count from the left to the right to the decimals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 0 doesn't count because 0 to the right of the last digit of decimal doesn't count. So that's what that means. We will multiply each number by a number, the number of multiplicand by multiplier, and then separate those decimal numbers on each side. 3 here, 2 there, will be 5 decimal points there. So let's do an example of 35.11 times 608.3.01. As in practice, I always write the bigger number at the top and the smaller number in the bottom. So 608.301 multiplied by 35.11. So we have 1, we can add one more 0 here to have it look good. We don't have to, but you can add it there, because 0 times anything will be 0. So this whole section is 0, otherwise we would have one less row. And that's why I have 6 numbers here, 6 decimal points, because this is 0, it doesn't count. So it's just for the decoration of it. So the multiplication will be done this way. 0 will be multiplied to 1, 0 will be multiplied to 0, this will be this one. 0 multiplied to 8, 0 multiplied to 0, 0 multiplied to 6. Whatever we multiply, we just write it down below that. For example, 0 multiplied by 3, you write it down right here. So that's how we deal with it, and it's exactly the way we did it whole number systems. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, 1 multiplied by 3 is 3, 1 multiplied by 8 is 8, 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. Okay. Now 1 multiplied by 0 and 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, 1 multiplied by 3 is 3, 1 multiplied by 8 is 8, 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. The reason we write it down, the one that we multiplying it, the multiplicand, this number below this number, is just to see, okay, what did we multiply and where are we right now. For example, 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. We gotta write it down. 3 right here. So that will be our first number. 3 multiplied by 0 is 0. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 3 multiplied by 8 is 24. And there is something not right. 3 multiplied 16, 24. Yes, that will be, there's a mistake right here. I'll correct it. It turns out there is no mistake there. 3 multiplied by 8 is 24. 4 and 2 will go here. 3 multiplied by 0 is 0 and 2 will be 2. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. So we after multiplication we add everything, all these rows together. So 0, you can just bring those whatever it doesn't have an add-in, so you just bring them down. 0, well, 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1, and you add them in a rows like that, vertical way, and that will be your final product here. Final product is right here after addition, so it'll be 21,357.448110. so this 0 doesn't count, will be 21,357.44811. So this is our final product as a decimal numbers. We do deal with the decimal, how we assign how many decimal points we have. We'll have to look at the multiplicand and multiplier, how many decimal points each one has. This one has three points, and this one has 2 points in here, including a 0 will be 3 points. So altogether we have 5 decimal points. And you multiply each number by itself, by the multiplicand. Now example 2. We have quite a few examples actually here. A is 100 times 60.85, and B is 600.80100 by 35. C is 3.8101 by 60. D is 35 by 350.53. So I think I did A. Well, let's go through A. As I said, I write down the bigger number at the top, so it'll be 100. We can always do point or dot 00, because after decimal number, if there is no whole number, that if there is no counting number, 0 doesn't count after that, or anything to the right of the decimal point, if there is nothing else, 0 doesn't count. But we can write it down just to make it look good, and then write down the second part, the multiplier, 60.85 or 0.85. Then you multiply these numbers. Each multiplier number will go into multiplicand one time. 5 times 0, 5 times 0, 5 times 0, 5 times 0, and 5 times 1 right here. And same thing will be going from 8 times 0, 8 times 0, 8 times 0, all the way to 8 times 1. So 0 multiplied to anything will be 0, so you just bring zeros to each column. Then 6 times 0 is 0, 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 6 times 1 is 6. Add them all together, then count those decimal points. How many decimal points we have? We actually have how many points right here? If you count those green points, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But our problem here, we only have 2 in this scenario, so we will take 2 out. Okay, now we have this 2, 6085.00. Since 0 doesn't count, it will be 66,085, even number. So just to simplify it. Or you cannot even write down the zeros and solve it like that. It will still give you the same exact answer. 685. Okay, let's do question number B. B is 600.80100 by 35. So B is 600.8010 is 0. 80100 times 35. I can write down right here. It doesn't matter. Just to make it easier, otherwise I could do this way. 600.80 10035. That will look weird look, so I'll go with this side, but the process should be the same. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 8 is 40, 0, 4 will go right here, 5 times 0 is 0 will be 4, 0 and 4 will be 4, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 6 is 30, 0 and 3. 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 8 is 24, 4, 2 will go up right there. That's actually 4, not to confuse it. 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 8 is 24, 4, 2 will go up, 3 times 0 is 0, 0 and 2 will be 2, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 6 is 18. Now we add them up, since we said earlier that whatever decimal points we have, that will be in our final product. So we have 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus 0 is 5, 0 plus 3 is 3, 0 plus 0 is 0, 4 plus 4 is 8, 2 plus 0 is 2, 0 plus 0 is 0, 3 plus 8 is 11, and 1 and 1 will be 2. So we'll have to count from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's not 5, that's actually 4. So we'll be right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers right here are our decimals. These two doesn't count, so we can get rid of that, and we'll write it down as 21,028.035. So that will be equal to that thing also. Okay, now let's do number. I will do D, and you guys please solve number C. Let's do D right now. D is 35 by 35.35053. C, you guys do it. And I will do D. Was 35. D was 35 times 350 by 53. 350.53. So 350.53 by 35. I said I'll write down the bigger number always at the top, larger number always at the top. So if we multiply these numbers there, multiplication will be 5 times 3 is 15, 1 will go right there, 5 times 5 is 25, and 1 will be 26, 6 and 2 will go there, 5 times 0 is 0, 0 and plus 2 will be 2, 5 times 5 is 25, 2 will go up there, 5 times 3 is 15 and 2 will be 17, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 3, so whatever the answer is, you write it down below that number, 9, 3 times 5 is 15, 1 will go right here, 3 times 0 is 0 and 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 3 times 5 is 15, 1 will go right there, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 and 1 will be 10. Now you add them, 5 plus nothing is 5, 6 plus 9 is 15, 1 will go up there, 3 plus 5 is 8, 5 plus 1 is 6, and 7 plus 5 is 12, 1 will go there, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1. So how many decimal points we had? 2. So 1, 2. We'll put our dot right here. It will be 12,268.55. The reason we cannot do that here, to write down this one and not correct, not good, because if you multiply this, you will be starting from here which will lead you all the way to the paper. The final answer will be the same, but it will look somewhere not very accurate by just the spacing and the notation of the writing. So this was our answer, 12,268.55. Let me double check it in the calculator, see if I did not mess anything up. Luckily I did not, so that's good. Please do practice on number C and solve it, and let me see if you guys have any question. Post it in the comment if you have any problem with that. Moving on to division right now. Division is the process of the division process is the same as we had it in the natural numbers or the whole numbers division, but here we add a tweak to it. And what is that? We find if the dividend or divisor has more decimals. Whichever has more, we will multiply both numerator or dividend and denominator or divisor by the multiplier of 10, meaning the amount of decimal points we have, we will multiply 10 to the power of the decimal points. This is somewhere confusing, but we will have to look at an example and I'll explain this. What do I mean by that? 30, let's say divide 30.6 by 2.03. I have two decimal points here, so I will divide both top and bottom, or divide and divisor by 10 to the power of 2. So to get rid of these decimals, we have to get rid of the decimals to do the division. Otherwise it will be a nightmare to do it. So that's what that whole paragraph means. The tweak is, whatever is the bigger decimal or the larger decimal points, we will take that decimal points and we will find a base 10 numbers and multiply both dividend and divisor by that. So that will be 2.03 is the larger decimal here. So we will have the 2.3 has a 2 decimal. So we multiply divided by 100, or 10 to the 2 is 100. So what we will get, 30.6 multiplied by 100 and multiply by 100, and the whole expression is the division divided by 2.03, that is multiplied by 100, and we will get 3060 divided by 203. Now we can do the long division here. So if you divide 3060 by 203, you can do 1 times 203 is 203, and you get 6 minus 3 is 3, and 0 minus 0 is 0, 3 minus 2 is 1, and you bring that 0 down there, so it will be 1030. So we'll get 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 0 is 0, and it will be 1, 5 times 2 is 10. So 1030 minus 1015 will give you 15. Then you bring that, you don't have any 0 left, so you put a decimal here. If you don't have any 0 there, you put a decimal point right there, and then you add 1 0. So 150 is not enough, then we have to add 0 right here to the answer, or to our what they call our answer sheet, yeah, and then add one more 0 here too. So we have 1500 now. 1500 divided by 203 will give me 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 7 times 2 is 14. 1500 minus 14, 21 will give me 79. Then you already have a decimal point, then you add a 0 there, so it will be 790 multiplied by 203. So you can do 3 times 200 will be 600, so we will be safe. So 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 2 is 6. 790 minus 609 will give you 181. So 181 is not divisible by 203, so we had to add a 0. We only do the first time we add a 0, we put a decimal number there. Later on we don't put a decimal number later, because we already have one decimal point. It will be 1810 divided by 203 will give me 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 0 is 0, and 2, there will be 2. 8 times 2 is 16. So this will keep going on. It will not stop. So we will stop at a point, and this is the point. We just pick a few numbers here, 15.073 for example. We can stop right here or right there, anywhere you want to stop. So otherwise it will keep going. There is a rule: we cannot divide a number by 0. Anything divided by 0 will give you undefined. 1 divided by 0 is undefined. That does not exist, so we cannot divide anything by 0. We will do a couple more example here, just to that doesn't look right. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, we said, okay, example. Divide 36.54 by 9.3. So the solution here, we said we have to get rid of the most amount of decimal we have. We have to multiply the dividend and the divisor by the base 10 to the power of whatever decimal numbers we have. So that in this case, this will be the most decimal points we have in this one. So we have 3 decimal points, will be 10 to the 3, which will be 1000. We will discuss this one. This will be coming up, the power or the exponents will be coming up next after a few lectures. So stick around. 10 to the 3 will be 1000. So what we will do, 3.36504, that whole number, time 1000, and that whole thing divided by 9.3 multiplied by 1000. So what we will get here is, will be 36,504. We will get rid of these decimals. That will be divided by, if you multiply that, will be 9.3. We will add 2 zeros there, 9,300. Yeah, so this will be the simplified section of it. Now let's go and solve it in a long division. So it'll be 36504 divided by 9300. So what we can do, 36,000, so 9,000, 9, 9, 18, 18, 24, 36. We can divide that by 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. So 4 minus 0 is 4. 0 minus 0 is 0. 15 minus 5 minus 9, it doesn't exist. We will have to borrow. 15 minus 9 is 6. So it will be 15 there was 16, but we borrow 1 from 16 to 5 will be, this became 15, this became 15 back, because 16 minus 1 is 15. 15 minus 7 is 8, and that will be 2 minus 2 is 0, because we borrowed to them. So that's 8,604 divided by 9,300. Does not exist. I'm sorry, it doesn't happen, so we have to add a 0, and for that we have to do a decimal point. For that, when we do decimal point, we can add a 0, so it becomes 86,040 divided by 933 9,300 9,300 will give me, at least we can do 9, because 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 0 is 0, 9 times 0 is 0, 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 9 is 81, and 2 will be 83. Now we can minus these numbers. 0 minus 0 is 0, 4 minus 0 is 4, 0 minus 7 doesn't exist, but 10 minus 7 is 3. This was 16, this become 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. 5 minus, this is 8 actually. What the, 80. This is something not right here. 900, 900, 93 is 27, 99, 81, it will be 83. So minus that, 0, 4, 3, it will be 5 minus 3 is 2, and there will be 0. So 0 doesn't mean nothing. So there will be, we can 23. 2,300 is not divisible by 9,300. We add one more 0 there. It will be 23,000. So we can do 2. We can do 23,400 divided by 9 is 9,300 will be 2. We can do 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 9 is 18. Minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 4 minus 6 doesn't happen, but 14 minus 6 will be 8. There will be 13, but we have 1 right there, so this becomes 2. 2, borrow 1 from here, will become 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 4,800 divided by 9,300 doesn't exist, doesn't happen. We gotta do one more 0, will be 48,000. We can 48,000 divided by 9,300. We can probably do 5. 48,000. We probably can do 5. Will be 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 9 is 45, and 1 will be 46. This will keep going on, so I'll stop right here. 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 0 minus 5 doesn't exist, but 10 minus 5 is 5. This was 8, but we borrowed 1 later. 7 minus 6 is 1. So 1500. I'll call that a remainder. Remember, it's not a remainder, but we can keep going until we find the answer. For now, that answer will be 3.925. But let's see if we can do the calculator. 36.504 divided by 9.3. What calculator give me is a whole big number 3.925161290. It's repeated decimals. So this was actually, we can stop right here, 3.925, because after that everything is repeating again.